Hey everybody, it's Pam with Silver and Sparkles, and I'm here today to make some fun ephemera pieces using faux stamps. And so I've got some ideas here which I can just, show you guys real quick, and then maybe we'll even come up with something else. I don't know. So I'm envisioning these being like little page edgers or to go on a larger tag, something like that, a little cluster. Another one like this. I just love it. We could even do maybe a belly band or something. And then this one is just a journaling card. Isn't that pretty? And another little cluster with a flower. And then this is just a scrappy little shallow pocket that I put a few of them in, which I think will look really cute in a journal on a page. So just simple ideas. This particular digital that I'm using, isn't it pretty? I'm excited. This is going to be for my June patrons. So anyone that has, a paid patron membership will get this, and there'll be another digital coming this month as well. If you just do the digital, it's $3, and it supports me and my channel and all the great things. And then the other patron options, you will get the digitals, and then there's different amounts to get a happy mail. So if you're interested, I'll have my patron linked in the description. Love for you to go check it out. You can also just follow along for free there if you'd like to. And if you don't have these stamps, you can make this with any type of faux stamp. And if you don't even have stamps, you can just cut like little squares and rectangles out of pretty pattern papers and make the items with us too. So there's always fun options to play along. All right, so I've already cut some of them out, and I was going to show you guys real quick. I just have this pair of, they're inexpensive Fisker, I think that's the brand, Fiskars. And this is their stamp pattern of the paper edger scissors. And it's that easy, and I just cut them out like this. Now, if you don't have these kind of scissors, there's also a few options. So that was pretty easy. A lot of us have pinking shears. So you can also, I think the stamps look so cute with the pinking shears as well. I hope I'm on frame. I'm just doing this so that it'll match the little edges. And then we can just go right like that. So that's an option. And then of course you can also just grab your scissors and just cut them. I mean, they're still way cute and can be used for embellishments. And then the other idea is use a ruler or a tear ruler and just get a nice little torn edge on your stamp or your pattern piece of paper, whatever you're using. And there you go. So just some ideas of how to get yours cut or torn apart if you want, again, to play along and you don't happen to have these scissors. I got these on Amazon. I think you can find different brands and things too in some of the craft stores. So there's that. Okay, and I didn't even count. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know if it's the same number across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It took me a while. So 1, 2, 3, 4 times 7 is, what is 4 times 7? 28, right? So that's fun. 28 stamps on one piece. So anyway, that's fun. So let's make another little pocket. I just grabbed some scraps that have been kind of laying around on my desk and in my scrap bin. And if we need to, we can grab some more. But this is a great scrap buster too, obviously, because it's pretty cute. Let me see. I think I want to, and I want the pocket to not be very deep because my stamps aren't very big. So I'm going to do like just a little bitty, a little bitty. Let me tear this off some more too. I didn't really think through this when I just started tearing the paper, but I think I can do it like this. Let me set these out of the way. And when I say I made a scrappy pocket, I did it with this paper, but honestly, so easy. I like the little torn edge look, so I did a finger tear, and this will be the base. And on this one, the part that looks like the pocket was, if it went all the way down, these are just gonna slide down in there. So I'll show you how I did that. Well, glue, where's my glue? I'm going to put a bead of glue at the bottom. This is gonna be the backing. And I'm just gonna bring the glue up just a little bit on each side. And then I'm gonna glue the torn pocket part to the backing, but see how I brought it down? So now when I go to tuck my little stamps and things, they're not gonna sink all the way down in to that piece of paper. The pocket's nice and shallow. And I think that's really cute. And then of course the pocket can be installed onto a journal page. And if you need to, you know, add a little bit more glue on here just to hold that pocket closed. Okay, so then I want to decorate the pocket a little bit, maybe with a stamp and maybe with a little torn piece of paper, and we'll make a few little stamp clusters to go in. I think I want to break this up. So I'm just going to tear a small piece of paper. This is definitely a scrap buster, right? A scrappy project. And I hope you guys like it. And a lot of you probably already have scrapbook paper or digital kits that have some faux stamps in them. So don't feel like you have to go buy something, like I said, to play along. Just maybe have some fun with what you already have. I think I need to do one of the stamps. This one I cut a little bit smaller. I don't want to cover up the whole pocket. And again, I love using some scraps. And I'm being careful. Hopefully I'm being careful not to glue my pocket closed when I stuck that on there. Okay, so now let's pick, I think I'll use a little bit of book page, and we'll just make a couple of the super easy clusters to go in here. So if I do that, and maybe these birds, I like that. There's just something about like a little tiny stamp. And I'm grabbing more scraps. And I've done little videos on making clusters and using faux stamps before, but I was having a lot of fun. I actually worked on this digital while I was out of town. I took my computer with me and I had a few minutes here and there and worked on it, and I was really happy with how it turned out. And I was excited when I got home the other day to actually print it and then get to play with it. Sometimes until you print it out, I'm not sure. Like, I'm not sure if it's going to get to be this or turn into something else or get edited a whole lot more. You know, it always just kind of depends. And these are honestly, they're so cute just on their own and to decorate a page with. I'm gonna do this one. This is from that, where we're doing the 5 things journal with the cottage quilts. They're cute. And I'm gonna use a little bit of this. This seam binding is a little bit different brand that I tried. This one that I've got here is pink, and it did not get as crinkly. I even balled it up really tight. It's just so it's a little more wavy, but I like that too, so it's okay. I'm hoping now, you know, that I'm back, I'm going to have time to get some more seam binding list made and then listed in my Etsy shop for you guys. And I also have some other exciting things I'm gonna have in my Etsy shop here soon. So see how easy that is? I just stapled them together and added a little bit of ribbon, and that's so cute to just have on hand or to go ahead and put in a journal. So now to make the ones that are kind of like the paper edgers, I guess I'm trying to find a piece of paper that's as tall maybe as I want it. I've got some book page sitting here, and we may let's just tear a piece. Why don't we do a tall one that could also be used, if we want to, as a belly band. So it's kind of fun to, I think, to have some book page as the base, but I'm also going to tear a piece of this, since I'm thinking I may use this one as a belly band, and we'll make it just a touch wider. And of course, it can always get trimmed down. Let's add a little ink. And I'm using, what am I using? I'm using tea-dye distress ink. So I hope everybody, it's June, I can't believe it's June, and I hope everyone is happy and excited for summer. I know I am. Whoa, goodness. All right, so I want to kind of have a look like that, where I've got kind of the two torn edges. And the book page here is a little fragile, but I think it's sturdy enough. And especially, of course, with that. Now, one thing I did that was really cute too is I took one of these tabs, or I thought it was really cute. So I'm going to cut this tab out, and we'll add it as well to give our little belly band here another feature. And again, if you don't have a digital that has a tab, you can cut one out of just some paper. You could do craft paper, you could do book page, scrapbook paper, whatever you have, and it'll be cute. Now, I'm not going to glue this on yet. I'm thinking that one might be cute. I really like this with the peacock. That's kind of fun, isn't it? And again, we can make this into even more of a cluster if we want to before we put it on there. I'm wondering, I haven't thought about it, like what it might look like if we put multiples. I don't know, I kind of like it just like this, and then you can always put a quote or a word or something when you get ready to put it in your journal, because you'll kind of know if it's a themed journal or if you're doing like inspirations, those types of things. All right. There we go. And then I could also put a little piece of ribbon maybe. This one is kind of fun with that little bit of pink, but it's also these neutrals, so I'm liking that. And I think I want to staple it to the stamp and then glue the stamp down so that the staple isn't coming through the belly band, because it might impact when we're trying to, you know, slide something. So I'm gonna just do this, and it looks like my staple did not grab the entire ribbon, so I'm going to use a glue dot to help secure this. And I think we'll be good to go. The staple just didn't grab that other part of the ribbon, but that's okay. Yeah, I mean, I like that. And then let me see, I think I have some of my words and things sitting here. Goodness. Oh, bam. Ah, I just tore it. Oh, that's too bad. But everything will be okay. So let's just do everything will be okay. And this is one of my handwritten kits that are in my Etsy shop that have little sayings. So fun. Here. So maybe just something like that. Everything will be okay. Even though I ripped my paper. And not ripping it in a good way because it ripped up some of the words. I might be able to glue them back together though. Right there. Everything will be okay. Right, I like that. Okay, so we made a little pocket. We've made some clusters. You know, there's so many things you can do with these faux stamps, and they come together. I think I'm going to use these. So fun. And I'm going to show you really quick. Again, if you haven't seen some of those techniques, I think it's fun to... Oh, I'm blowing my paper away. I sighed. I don't know why I said. I'm a little tired. I still haven't quite recovered from my 8 days away. It wasn't a bad thing. It's a good thing. I'm not even going to worry right now about inking those. I think I'm just going to do this. And we're going to put a staple in here where it will hold all of those together. And again, then when I'm ready to use it, if I want to add ribbon, if I want to add a quote, if I want to do whatever, we have that. I like the little fan method. And again, these can be glued, they can be stapled. You could use hot glue. That's the pin for my bottle of glue. I think this one, no, that didn't quite work for me. Let's see. There's some, this green is a little bit bright for some of the colors that I have. Oh, he's funny. Can you see he's like a little elf or fairy, and he has some little birds. So sweet. So let's put some ink on him. And he's oriented this way. And I've got, this is just like a strip of some book page. All my scraps. Getting my scraps together. And let's put some book page. It says the prize. You see if I can get it tucked in here where we can see the word prize. I don't think I'm going to, the way I tore it. Maybe I'll do this and make it skinny. And if I can glue it, maybe? Would that look cute? I don't know. Oh, the other side says the power. All right. Let's just now attach this. It'll be a different, I don't know that I've ever made a cluster that looks like this. There we go. It'll be cute. They're just fun and so easy, and you can really, really bust through a whole lot of scraps very fast and have a pile of fun items for your projects. So let's do one more little cluster. I hope you guys like these as much as I do. And let me know, give the video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed these super simple ideas and if you like the paper. I really did like the ones that I did about this size. We didn't make that size, but very cute, right? And just different layers. All right. So there we go. I hope you guys like it. And until next time, have a great day, everybody. Thanks so much.